All right. Welcome back to our 10-minute Dynasty. But this episode will actually be more like a 5-minute Dynasty, since we are only a couple of weeks after the last episode. So what happened for the last couple of weeks? So you can see that we are now in week 16. Um, yeah, and what really happened was that, let's see. The Hammers actually won the last two games pretty convincingly, one against Cleveland and one against Denver. And in those games, our young linebacker racked up 6 tackles against Cleveland, and let's see, 9 tackles, including 4 tackles for loss and a pass defended against Denver. So this has a few implications because the first is that we are now solidly positioned to make the playoffs, which is good at 9-6, even though there are like 2 games left, something like that. We should almost certainly make the playoffs, which is good. The other thing is that we gained a level because we had these 2 excellent games. So just a second. Let's quickly try something. Yeah, so we gained a level because we had these 2 good games in week 15 and 16 where we racked up a lot of stats. So we get to pick a new badge. And maybe you recall that in the last episode I said that we would start to concentrate more on strength and agility and intelligence, and then we would sort of let tackling and speed take care of themselves for now because they were pretty good. Our tackling still needs to go up, of course, but we'll leave them alone for now and focus on strength and agility and intelligence. So if we go, we can see that we actually increased in speed and intelligence in week 13 and 14 as well. So that's pretty good. If we check our activities, we can see that we're pretty close in hands and tackling as well. But we'll slowly start to grind on that. And the first step in doing that is picking a badge. And I was thinking I would go with strong, just to just get a head start on strength. So that was actually the reason that I stopped here to do an episode, just to let you guys witness the selection of a new badge. So we'll do like that, and you can see that we acquired the badge strong, which should help us going forward. So let's, before we end this 5-minute episode, we can also check in on our place in the standings. So if we go to tackles, you can see that we are now 20th. So we're not really breaking in to the top positions, top rankings here in tackling. I don't think we'll catch up 30 tackles in 2 weeks. But 20th in the league in tackling in your second season is still pretty good. And in terms of sacks, yeah, the experts ran away from us here, but we're still 8th in sacks, with 8 sacks on the season, which is still pretty good. And Everett Moore, our star defensive end on the Pittsburgh Hammers, is up here in top 5 with 11, so that's pretty good. So I think that sort of wraps up the episode. I just wanted to do a quick stop so you guys could follow along when I picked a badge here. Overall on the season, we started 12 games. And yeah, we already know we had 100 tackles, but we also had 13 tackles for loss. We've been targeted 57 times and allowed 40 catches, so that's not super good, but that's also because our hands and our intelligence, are in the dumpster. So that's really our weak point right now. We missed 6 tackles, which isn't a lot, I think, given that we have 100. And we have a single knockdown, forced 3 fumbles, which is quite good. Recovered 1, 8 sacks, 1 interception, which is quite extraordinary given our hands, but still pretty good. So overall, the season is progressing nicely, and I expect the next episode we will be at the playoffs. So for the next episode, we can actually maybe watch a game again. We haven't done that since last season. And we are still in the running for Defensive Player of the Year as well, with our 100 tackles and 8 sacks. That's pretty good. There is a guy up here, this Carl Simpson dude from Carolina, who has the same amount of sacks and interceptions and forced fumbles and recoveries, but 17 tackles more than us. So I don't know, maybe we're lucky that he doesn't have as many tackles for loss, but other than that, his stats look better than ours. And he has 10 tackles for loss. So probably, unless drastic things happen in the last couple of weeks, Carl Simpson will take Defensive Player of the Year. But just being in the running is quite okay. All right, so that'll wrap it up here, and the next episode will hopefully be in the playoffs. See you there.